You are chasing what is already yours. The more you push, the more distant it seems. Manifestation is not about force or struggle. It is about knowing deeply and fully that the life you desire is already in existence. It is not a future possibility. It is a present reality waiting for your acknowledgement. Your desire already exists. It's not something that you need to create, build, or force into reality. The moment you conceive of a desire, it becomes a real possibility in the infinite field of creation. You are not chasing something that is far away. Instead, you are aligning yourself with something that is already present, but perhaps unseen. Think of your desires as seeds that have already been planted in the soil of your imagination. They are alive, and the growth is inevitable as long as you nourish them with the right inner conditions. Just because you can't see the seed growing beneath the surface doesn't mean it isn't taking root. Your desire exists in the same way, whether you see evidence of it now or not. It's already there, waiting for you to believe in it. The key is to understand that time and space are illusions. What you want is not in the distant future. It is already existing in another dimension of reality, waiting to manifest in your life. You do not need to bring it into existence. It is already done. Your only job is to match the energy of that reality, to align yourself with the feeling of having it. The moment you shift your focus away from the idea of getting and instead embrace the idea of having, you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. You no longer look at your desire as something to strive for, but as something to receive. By knowing that it already exists, you remove the obstacles of doubt and resistance. The universe responds to your belief, not your effort. When you truly understand that your desire is already in existence, it changes everything. You no longer ask, how do I make it happen, but instead, how can I align with what is already mine? Your entire approach shifts from one of lack to one of abundance. This knowing allows you to relax, trust, and flow with the process of manifestation, rather than fighting against it. Effort blocks manifestation because the very act of trying too hard introduces resistance into the process. When you exert effort, you are often coming from a place of lack or desperation, signaling that you do not believe your desire is already yours. You are essentially saying, I don't have it yet, and I need to force it into my reality. This mindset is rooted in doubt and fear, creating a barrier between you and your desire. Manifestation is not about pushing, striving, or working tirelessly to bring something into existence. It is about alignment, about coming into harmony with the version of yourself that already has what you desire. When you focus on effort, you become overly attached to the process, to the how and when. This attachment pulls you out of the natural flow of creation. The more you push, the more you are affirming that your desire is separate from you, that it is something to be attained rather than something that is already available. Think of it like a river. When you are trying too hard, it's as though you're swimming upstream, fighting against the current. You're exhausting yourself, but getting nowhere because you're working against the natural flow. Manifestation works in the same way. It is a process of allowing, not forcing. When you stop trying so hard, you release that tension and allow the current to carry you toward your desire effortlessly. Effort often comes from a place of overthinking and overcontrolling. You feel that if you do not micromanage every detail, things will fall apart. This need to control is a reflection of inner doubt, of not trusting the process. But when you constantly monitor your progress, checking for results, you're sending a message that you don't believe the manifestation is already happening. You're fixated on the absence of what you want. And that focus on lack keeps it at a distance. The universe mirrors back what you project. If you project effort and struggle, the universe gives you more to struggle with. Effort also creates resistance because it activates your logical mind. The logical mind is limited by what it sees and understands. It relies on past experiences and the current circumstances to gauge what is possible. But manifestation is not a logical process. It transcends the limits of the mind and taps into the infinite possibilities of the universe. When you rely solely on effort, you restrict the flow of infinite possibilities to what you can conceive of. In doing so, you narrow the path to your manifestation and block the potential for miraculous, unexpected outcomes. When you try hard to manifest something, you are often attached to a specific outcome or timeline. You feel the need to see results immediately, and if they don't show up, you become frustrated or discouraged. This impatience creates even more resistance, as it reinforces the idea that your desire is not here yet. True manifestation occurs when you release that need for control and trust in the timing of the universe. You don't need to know exactly how or when your desire will manifest, you only need to know that it will. This trust allows you to relax into the process, removing the mental and emotional blocks that effort creates. Effort also pulls you out of the present moment. When you are constantly trying, you are focused on a future outcome, on something that has not yet arrived. This mindset perpetuates the belief that you are not complete, that you are lacking something. But manifestation requires you to be fully present in the now. It asks you to embody the feeling of already having your desire, right here, right now. When you stop trying so hard, you create space for the present moment, and it is in this space that miracles happen. Effort, in the traditional sense, is rooted in the belief that you must work hard to earn or deserve what you want. This belief is ingrained in many of us from a young age, but it is a flawed approach when it comes to manifestation. Manifestation is not transactional. It is not about putting in hard work to receive a reward. It is about aligning with the vibration of your desire and allowing it to flow into your life naturally. The more you relax and trust, the more effortlessly things come to you. The universe responds to ease, to flow, and to certainty, not to struggle or force. When you release effort, you move from a state of trying to a state of being. You stop focusing on what you need to do to manifest your desire and instead focus on embodying the energy of already having it. This shift in mindset is powerful because it removes the barriers that effort creates. It allows you to let go of resistance and step into a state of receptivity, where the universe can deliver your desire without obstruction. So stop trying so hard. Recognize that effort is a signal of doubt, of resistance. Instead, step into ease. Trust that what you desire is already yours, and that the universe is orchestrating everything in perfect timing. The less you push, the more you allow. The less you try, the more you receive. Relaxing into belief is the key to effortless manifestation. Often we desire something deeply, we become tense, anxious, and overly focused on how to make it happen. We analyze every possible outcome, try to control the process, and let doubt creep in. This tension blocks the natural flow of manifestation because it is rooted in fear and uncertainty. The truth is, manifestation doesn't require force or constant mental strain. It requires calm certainty, a relaxed trust in the process, and an inner knowing that what you desire is already on its way. To relax into belief means to step away from the frantic need to make things happen. It means trusting that the universe, or the infinite power within you, has already received your request. The very moment you formed the desire, the creative process began. But when you're constantly in a state of effort, trying to figure out every step, you are not in a place of belief. You are, in fact, in a state of doubt, questioning whether it's really possible for you to have what you want. Relaxing into belief removes that tension and allows you to surrender to the process, knowing that what you desire is already yours. Manifestation flows when you are in a state of ease. Imagine that your belief is like planting a seed. Once it's planted, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You trust that it will sprout in time. You water it, give it sunlight, and let it be. The same is true for your desires. Once you've planted the seed of your intention, you must let go of the need to constantly interfere or question its progress. You simply nurture it with faith and confidence that it will manifest. Relaxing into belief also involves detaching from the outcome. This doesn't mean that you stop wanting what you desire, but rather that you trust it will come to you in the best way possible, even if that way is different from what you originally envisioned. Many people get caught up in specific details, how exactly their manifestation should happen, when it should happen, and in what form. But this kind of fixation creates anxiety and attachment, which signals to the universe that you don't fully trust the process. When you relax into belief, you become open to the infinite possibilities the universe can provide. You stop trying to force your desire into a specific shape and allow it to manifest in the most perfect, harmonious way. This openness and flexibility invite miracles and unexpected opportunities. It's like standing at the edge of a vast ocean, knowing that the waves will bring you exactly what you need without you having to control the tides. Relaxing into belief also requires you to shift from wanting to having. When you're in a state of wanting, you are energetically signaling lack. You are focusing on the absence of what you desire, which only amplifies that absence. Instead, when you relax into belief, you shift your energy to a state of already having. You mentally and emotionally step into the version of yourself that already possesses what you want. This shift is powerful because it aligns your vibration with the reality you seek. You no longer feel separate from your desire. You feel as though it's already a part of you. I think about how you feel when you are sure of something, when there is no doubt in your mind. That's the energy you want to cultivate. It's not about pretending or convincing yourself of something false. It's about tapping into the deep, in and knowing that what you want is already available to you, already unfolding and will come to fruition at the right time. This certainty brings peace, not impatience or anxiety. It allows you to live your life with ease, enjoying the present moment, rather than stressing over when or how your desire will appear. Relaxing into belief also means trusting your intuition. Often when we try too hard, we override the subtle guidance that comes from within. We become so focused on controlling external circumstances that we miss the gentle nudges and inspired actions that would naturally lead us to our desire. By relaxing into belief, you create space for that intuitive wisdom to come through. You become more attuned to the signs, synchronicities, and opportunities that the universe places in your path. This state of relaxation opens the door for divine timing and flow, where things begin to fall into place effortlessly. Another aspect of relaxing into belief is understanding that manifestation is a co-creative process. You are not doing it alone. There is a higher intelligence, a universal energy, that is working alongside you. When you trust this, you release the need to carry the entire burden on your shoulders. You can relax knowing that you are supported and that your role is simply to maintain belief, take inspired action when necessary, and allow things to unfold naturally. When you relax into belief, you also let go of the need for constant reassurance. You no longer feel the urge to check for signs or obsess over whether things are working. You know they are. Just as the sun rises without your intervention, your desires are being drawn to you without your constant supervision. This deep trust allows you to feel calm, centered, and confident, no matter what the outer circumstances might look like. You become grounded in the reality that your manifestation is already in progress, and you remain unwavering in that belief. Relaxing into belief is about embodying a state of certainty. It's about letting go of the struggle, the control, and the fear, and stepping into a space of peace, trust, and ease. When you do this, you allow the universe to work through you, and manifestation becomes effortless. You stop trying to force things into being and instead receive them with grace, knowing that they were always meant to be yours. To feel it is done is the key to unlocking the manifestation of your desires. The moment you decide on what you want, the creative process begins. But it is not enough to simply wish or hope for what you desire. You must feel, with absolute conviction, that it is already done. This feeling aligns you with the reality of having your desire, creating a bridge between your present state and the fulfilled state of your wish. Feeling it is done means stepping into the experience emotionally and mentally, as if your desire is already manifested. You must embody the state of the person who already has what they want. If you desire success, you must feel the satisfaction and confidence that comes with it. If you desire love, you must feel the joy and fulfillment of being in that loving relationship. Whatever the desire may be, your job is to align with the emotional and mental frequency of that fulfilled state. This is not about pretending or faking it. It is about shifting your inner world to match the outer reality you wish to experience. The outer world is a reflection of your inner state. When you feel something is already done, you generate the vibration that attracts the experience to you. The universe mirrors your internal world, And when you radiate the feeling of having your desire, the external world rearranges itself to bring that reality into form. One of the reasons many people struggle with manifestation is because they are focused on the absence of what they want. They constantly think about the fact that their desire is not here yet, and in doing so, they reinforce the feeling of lack. They focus on wanting, which implies that they do not have it, and this state of wanting perpetuates the experience of not having. Feeling it as done removes that lack-based mindset. Instead of yearning for what you desire, you shift into a state of knowing that it is already yours. When you feel something is done, you no longer question or doubt. There is no room for uncertainty, because in your mind it has already happened. This certainty is the fuel that accelerates the manifestation process. You are no longer waiting for something to appear. You are living in the reality where it already exists. This shift in perspective changes everything. You move from a mindset of needing to a mindset of receiving. Imagine how you would feel if your deepest desire had already been fulfilled. Would you feel relief, joy, excitement, or peace? Whatever that emotion is, you must cultivate it now, in the present moment. Feel it as vividly as you can, as if the reality of your desire is already part of your life. This emotional state not only prepares you to receive your desire, but it also activates the power of belief. When you feel something deeply, your mind accepts it as true, and this belief accelerates the manifestation process. It's important to understand that feeling it as done is not just a mental exercise, it's an embodiment of the reality you seek. It requires you to carry yourself with the confidence and assurance of someone who knows that what they want is already in motion. You begin to speak, act, and think in alignment with the version of yourself who has already achieved the desire. This shift changes the way you perceive the world and the way the world perceives you. Feeling it as done also helps you let go of the need to control the how and when of manifestation. When you are certain that your desire is already yours, you stop obsessing over how it will happen or when it will arrive. You trust in the natural unfolding of events, knowing that everything is working out in perfect timing. This relaxed confidence allows you to stay in a state of receptivity, open to the infinite possibilities the universe can provide. Doubt, fear, and worry cannot exist when you feel something is done. These emotions arise from uncertainty and the belief that your desire is separate from you. But when you feel it is done, you close the gap between wanting and having. You remove the resistance that comes from questioning whether it will happen, and instead you embrace the certainty that it already has. This state of mind shifts your energy from scarcity to abundance, from effort to ease. I think about the moments in your life when you felt complete certainty about something, whether big or small. That feeling of inner knowing is what you need to cultivate for your desires. It is the confidence that no matter what is happening around you, you are secure in the reality that your desire is already unfolding. Even if you don't see immediate results, you remain unwavering in your belief, because you feel it is already done. This level of inner certainty also influences your actions. When you feel that your desire is already done, you naturally take inspired action that are aligned with that reality. You don't force things to happen out of desperation or fear. Instead, you move with confidence, knowing that every step you take is leading you toward the fulfillment of your desire. This inspired action is effortless because it flows from a place of alignment, not from a need to make things happen. Feeling it is done shifts your entire approach to life. You begin to live from a place of abundance, joy, and trust. You are no longer consumed by the fear of missing out or the anxiety of not achieving your goals. Instead, you embrace the present moment with the calm assurance that everything you desire is already yours. This relaxed state of being opens the doors for miracles, synchronicities, and opportunities to flow effortlessly into your life. When you feel it as done, you embody the truth that creation happens from within. You are the source of your reality, and by aligning with the feeling of already having your desire, you draw that reality into existence. Detaching from outcomes is a powerful principle in the manifestation process. It is the art of letting go of the need to control when, how, and in what form your desire will manifest. This detachment does not mean giving up on your desire or abandoning your goals. It means releasing the anxiety, fear, and obsession around them. By doing this, you allow the natural flow of the universe to work in your favor without the blockages that come from trying to force things to happen. One of the greatest challenges people face when trying to manifest their desires is becoming overly attached to the outcome. They may fixate on specific details, such as the exact timing or the particular way their desire should come into their life. This attachment creates resistance because it comes from a place of lack and fear that the desire won't be fulfilled unless it happens exactly the way they imagine. The problem with this is that the universe often has far better plans for us than we can envision. When you are overly attached to a specific outcome, you limit the infinite possibilities available to you. To detach from outcomes is to trust that your desire will manifest in the best way possible, even if that way is different from what you originally imagined. It means trusting the process and surrendering to the timing and the unfolding of events. This trust allows you to remain in a state of ease, knowing that everything is working out for your highest good. It's important to understand that attachment creates pressure and tension, which are the opposite of the relaxed energy needed for manifestation to occur. When you are attached to a specific outcome, you are essentially telling the universe that you don't trust it to deliver. This lack of trust creates a barrier between you and your desire. Detaching from outcomes is not about being indifferent or apathetic toward your goals. It's about finding balance. You still care deeply about what you want, and you still take action toward it, but you are not consumed by the need for things to happen in a certain way or at a specific time. You can think of it as planting a seed. Once you've planted it, you don't keep digging it up to see if it's growing. You trust that it will sprout in its own time. You water it, give it sunlight, and allow nature to do the rest. The same principle applies to your desires. Once you set your intention, you nurture it with belief and positive energy, but you let go of the need to constantly monitor or control the process. Detachment is a form of surrender, but not in the sense of giving up. It is surrendering the need for control, which frees you from the fear of failure or disappointment. When you are attached to an outcome, any deviation from your expected path can cause frustration and doubt. These negative emotions create a vibration of lack, which actually pushes your desire further away. Detachment, on the other hand, keeps you aligned with the vibration of abundance and trust, which allows your desire to come to you more effortlessly. One of the reasons attachment can be so detrimental is because it often stems from a place of scarcity. When you are attached to a specific outcome, you are operating under the belief that if things don't go exactly as planned, you will miss out on something crucial. This mindset creates fear and anxiety, which block the flow of manifestation. Detaching from outcomes shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. It allows you to trust that the universe is always working in your favor, and that even if things don't happen the way you envisioned, they will happen in a way that serves your highest good. Detachment also opens you up to the possibility of receiving something even better than what you initially desired. When you are not rigidly attached to a specific outcome, you create space for the universe to surprise you. You allow room for miracles and unexpected blessings to enter your life. This flexibility is key to manifestation because it shows that you are open to whatever is in your highest good, rather than trying to control every aspect of the process. When you let go of attachment, you signal to the universe that you trust its wisdom and timing. Another important aspect of detachment is releasing the need for immediate results. Often people become attached to the idea of instant gratification, expecting their desires to manifest quickly and exactly as they imagined. When this doesn't happen, they become discouraged and start to doubt whether their manifestation is even possible. This impatience creates a vibration of frustration, which delays the manifestation process. Detaching from the outcome means trusting that your desire will manifest at the right time and in the right way, even if that timeline is different from what you initially expected. It allows you to remain patient, calm, and confident, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly. Detachment also helps you stay focused on the present moment, rather than constantly worrying about the future. When you are attached to an outcome, you are often living in the future, anxiously awaiting the fulfillment of your desire. This takes you out of the present moment, which is where all your power to manifest actually resides. By detaching from the outcome, you free yourself from the constant worry and stress about what's going to happen. You can live fully in the present, enjoying the journey and trusting that the destination will take care of itself. Detachment is a form of emotional freedom. When you release the need for a specific outcome, you are no longer held hostage by the fear of failure or disappointment. You are free to pursue your desires with passion and purpose, without being weighed down by the need for everything to go perfectly. This freedom allows you to stay in alignment with the energy of abundance and gratitude, which accelerates the manifestation process. Ultimately, detaching from outcomes is about aligning with the flow of life. It's about trusting that the universe knows the best path for you, even when you can't see it. It's about letting go of the need to control every detail and allowing your desires to come to you in the most harmonious and effortless way possible. When you detach from outcomes, you create the space for your desires to manifest in ways that are far beyond your expectations. Living in the end is one of the most powerful principles of manifestation. It is the act of fully embracing the reality of your desire as already accomplished, mentally and emotionally. To live in the end means that you stop focusing on the process or steps required to achieve your desire and instead align yourself with the state of having already achieved it. This mindset shift moves you from a place of wanting and striving to a place of knowing and receiving. It transforms your inner world to match the outer reality you are creating. Living in the end requires you to see yourself as the person who has already attained your goal. You don't wait for evidence in the external world to confirm that your desire is on its way. You generate that certainty within yourself. You carry the feeling, thoughts, and attitudes of someone who already possesses the outcome. This is a profound shift in consciousness, as it allows you to break free from the limitations of current circumstances and step into a reality that aligns with your highest vision. One of the biggest challenges in manifestation is that people often focus on the steps or actions they need to take to bring their desire into reality. While taking action is important, it is secondary to the mindset of living in the end. When you are focused on the process or the how, you are operating from the perspective of not yet having your desire. This creates a vibration of lack because you are reinforcing the idea that your desire is something separate from you, something that is still in the future. Living in the end bypasses this issue by collapsing the timeline between wanting and having. When you live as though your desire is already fulfilled, you step out of the realm of time and into the realm of infinite possibilities. You no longer worry about how or when your desire will manifest because in your mind it already has. This creates a powerful magnetic energy that draws your desire to you effortlessly. You are no longer chasing your desire. Instead, you are attracting it by being in alignment with the end result. To live in the end means to feel, think, and act as if your desire is a present reality, even if there is no physical evidence of it yet. This requires a deep level of trust and belief in the power of your imagination and consciousness. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner state. So by living in the end, you are essentially telling the universe that this is your new reality. The universe then begins to rearrange circumstances and events to align with the reality you are embodying. When you live in the end, you are no longer concerned with external conditions or obstacles. You don't allow temporary setbacks or delays to shake your belief in the inevitability of your desire. This is because you are operating from a state of certainty. In your mind, your desire is already done, and nothing can change that. This unwavering belief creates a powerful momentum that accelerates the manifestation process. The more you live in the end, the faster you align with the version of yourself who has already achieved the desired outcome. Another key aspect of living in the end is the emotional experience. It's not enough to simply think about your desire or visualize it. You must feel it as real. The emotions you would feel if your desire were already fulfilled are the fuel that powers your manifestation. These emotions may include joy, gratitude, relief, excitement, or peace. Whatever they are, you must cultivate them now, in the present moment. This emotional alignment signals to the universe that you are ready to receive your desire, because you are already living in the vibration of having it. Living in the end also shifts your identity. You begin to see yourself as the person who has already accomplished what you desire. This change in self-concept is crucial, because the way you see yourself determines what you attract into your life. If you continue to see yourself as someone who is striving or struggling to achieve a goal, you will perpetuate that experience. But if you see yourself as someone who has already succeeded, you will begin to attract experiences that confirm that new identity. Your thoughts, actions, and choices will naturally align with the version of yourself who already has what you want. This shift in identity also affects the way you approach your daily life. When you live in the end, you no longer feel the need to force things to happen or to control every detail of the process. You operate from a place of calm confidence, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly. You take inspired actions, not out of desperation or fear, but from a place of alignment with your already accomplished desire. These actions are effortless and feel natural because they are in harmony with the reality you are living in mentally and emotionally. Living in the end also helps you detach from the outcome. When you fully embrace the reality of your desire as already done, you let go of the need to obsess over when or how it will happen. You trust in the divine timing and the perfect unfolding of events. This detachment allows you to stay in a state of ease and flow, rather than being caught up in worry or impatience. It frees you from the anxiety that comes from constantly checking for signs or evidence that your manifestation is on its way. You don't need signs because, in your mind, it is already done. It's important to understand that living in the end does not mean ignoring your current reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about choosing to focus your attention on the desired outcome rather than on the obstacles. You acknowledge your current circumstances, but you don't let them define you or dictate what's possible. By living in the end, you transcend the limitations of the present moment and align with the limitless potential of your future. This practice of living in the end requires discipline and commitment. It's easy to fall back into old patterns of thinking and feeling based on your current reality. But the more you practice living in the end, the more natural it becomes. Over time, you will find that your external reality begins to shift to match the internal state you've been cultivating. This is the power of living in the end. It creates a bridge between the unseen world of your imagination and the physical world of your experiences. Embracing ease and flow is a fundamental principle in manifestation that allows you to align with the natural rhythms of life, rather than fighting against them. This approach is not about passivity or inaction, but about learning to work with the current of the universe rather than against it. It's a mindset that trusts in the process and understands that everything will unfold as it should, without the need for force, struggle, or unnecessary effort. The power of ease and flow comes from letting go of resistance and allowing your desires to come to you naturally, in their own time. When you embrace ease and flow, you are surrendering the need to control every aspect of your life. You stop obsessing over how or when your desires will manifest, and instead focus on maintaining a state of inner calm and alignment. This doesn't mean you don't take action, it means you take inspired action, guided by intuition rather than fear or desperation. This kind of action feels effortless because it is in harmony with the energy of your desires. When you are in a state of ease, you trust that what you want is on its way, and you release the need to force or rush the process. Many people approach manifestation from a place of force, believing that they must constantly push and struggle to make things happen. They exhaust themselves trying to control every detail, worrying about timing, and becoming frustrated when things don't unfold as expected. This creates a tense, resistant energy that actually blocks the manifestation process. When you are in this state of force, you are sending a message to the universe that you don't trust the natural unfolding of events, which slows down or even prevents the manifestation of your desires. Ease and flow, on the other hand, is about aligning yourself with the natural rhythms of life. Just as a river flows effortlessly downstream, you too can move through life with grace when you stop resisting and allow yourself to be carried by the current. This doesn't mean you have no direction or that you simply drift aimlessly. It means you trust that life is guiding you toward your desires in the best possible way, even if that way is not what you originally envisioned. When you are in a state of ease, you are open to receiving your desires in unexpected and serendipitous ways. One of the keys to embracing ease and flow is releasing the belief that manifestation requires hard work or struggle. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that success only comes through effort and perseverance, but manifestation operates on a different principle. It's not about how hard you work, it's about how aligned you are with the energy of your desires. When you are in a state of ease and flow, you are aligned with the vibration of what you want, and this alignment attracts your desires to you effortlessly. It's not about doing more, it's about being more in tune with the energy of abundance, joy, and fulfillment. When you embrace ease and flow, you allow the universe to do the heavy lifting. You trust that there is a greater intelligence at work, orchestrating events in ways that you may not be able to see or understand in the moment. This trust allows you to relax and focus on enjoying the present moment, rather than worrying about the future. You stop trying to micromanage the details of how your desires will manifest and instead focus on maintaining a state of inner peace and clarity. In this state, you become a magnet for what you want, drawing it to you with minimal effort. One of the most important aspects of embracing ease and flow is learning to let go of resistance. Resistance comes in many forms. Doubt, fear, impatience, and frustration are all forms of resistance that block the flow of manifestation. When you are constantly worrying about whether your desires will come to fruition, or when you are fixated on the obstacles in your path, you are creating resistance that prevents the universe from delivering what you want. By embracing ease, you let go of this resistance and open yourself up to the natural flow of abundance. This shift in mindset can feel counterintuitive, especially if you're used to approaching life from a place of control and effort. But once you begin to practice ease and flow, you'll notice that things start to happen more effortlessly. Opportunities arise without you having to chase them. Solutions to problems appear seemingly out of nowhere, and your desires manifest in ways that feel almost magical. This is the power of alignment. When you are in a state of ease, you are no longer trying to force things to happen, you are simply allowing them to unfold in their own time. Another key to embracing ease and flow is cultivating patience. Manifestation often takes time, and if you are constantly in a hurry or anxious about when things will happen, you are creating unnecessary tension. Patience allows you to remain in a state of calm and trust, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if it doesn't happen on your preferred timeline. When you are patient, you are signaling to the universe that you trust the process and are willing to wait for your desires to manifest in the right way and at the right time. It's also important to recognize that ease and flow doesn't mean you won't encounter challenges along the way. Life will always have its ups and downs, and there may be moments when things don't go as planned. But when you are in a state of ease, you don't allow these challenges to knock you off course. Instead, you trust that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, and that every setback is simply a detour leading you to something better. This mindset keeps you in alignment with the flow of life, allowing you to move through challenges with grace and resilience. Ultimately, embracing ease and flow is about trusting in the abundance of the universe. It's about knowing that your desires are already on their way to you, and that you don't have to struggle or fight to make them happen. By aligning yourself with the energy of ease, you allow the natural flow of life to bring you what you want in the most effortless and harmonious way possible. You stop trying to control the outcome, and instead relax into the knowing that everything is working out perfectly, just as it should. Avoiding desperation is one of the most crucial aspects of manifesting your desires. Desperation stems from a mindset of lack, fear, and urgency, all of which create a barrier between you and the reality you are trying to bring into existence. When you approach your desires from a place of desperation, you are essentially affirming that what you want is out of reach, elusive, or scarce. This emotional state contradicts the very energy needed for manifestation, which thrives on trust, calm, and the knowing that your desires are already yours. Desperation arises when we feel disconnected from the outcome we seek. It's the emotional result of believing that something outside of us will complete us or make us whole. This belief inherently creates a sense of separation between us and our desires, making us feel like we are chasing something that is always just out of reach. The more we chase, the more we reinforce the idea that we don't already have what we want, and this reinforces a state of lack. When you are desperate, you are sending out a vibration of scarcity. You are telling the universe that you don't believe in the inevitability of your manifestation. Desperation often comes with feelings of anxiety, fear, and frustration. You might find yourself constantly checking for signs, obsessing over when your desire will appear, or doubting whether it will happen at all. This frantic energy creates resistance, blocking the flow of manifestation. The universe responds to your vibration, so when you are desperate, you attract more circumstances that mirror this lack and fear. Avoiding desperation requires a shift in focus. Instead of fixating on what is missing or what hasn't shown up yet, you must align with the state of already having your desire. This means cultivating a sense of inner fulfillment, peace, and contentment in the present moment. When you feel whole and complete within yourself, you are no longer desperate for something outside of you to make you feel better. You are not chasing after your desires, but allowing them to come to you naturally because you already feel abundant. One of the most effective ways to avoid desperation is to let go of attachment to the outcome. When you are overly attached to a specific result, you are telling the universe that you will only be happy or satisfied once that result is achieved. This creates a conditional form of happiness and keeps you in a state of waiting. But true manifestation requires you to feel good now, in the present, regardless of whether your desire has appeared in physical form. When you can cultivate a sense of joy and gratitude in the now, you create an energetic environment that allows your desires to flow to you effortlessly. Desperation often comes from the fear of lack or loss. You may be afraid that if you don't get what you want right now, you never will. This scarcity mindset is rooted in the belief that there is a limited amount of resources, opportunities, or love in the world, and if you miss your chance, it's gone forever. But the truth is that the universe is abundant. There is no shortage of anything, and what is meant for you will never pass you by. Trusting in this abundance is key to releasing desperation. When you believe that everything you need is already available to you, you stop chasing and start attracting. Another way to avoid desperation is to focus on the feeling behind your desire rather than the specific form it must take. Often we become desperate because we are fixated on a particular outcome or timeline. We think that if we don't achieve this specific goal in this exact way, we will be unhappy or unfulfilled. But the truth is, what we really desire is the feeling we believe that outcome will bring us, whether it's love, security, joy, or freedom. By focusing on generating those feelings now, rather than waiting for the external manifestation, you shift your vibration away from desperation and into alignment with abundance. Patience is another key element in avoiding desperation. Manifestation doesn't always happen overnight, and the process often requires time to unfold. If you are constantly checking for signs or trying to force things to happen on your schedule, you are operating from a place of impatience and control. This can easily lead to frustration and desperation. But when you trust in the divine timing of the universe, you are able to let go of the need to control the outcome and relax into the process. You understand that everything is happening exactly as it should, and that your desires are being prepared for you in the perfect way. It's also important to recognize that desperation can stem from a lack of self-worth. If you don't believe that you are worthy of your desires, you will constantly feel the need to prove yourself or fight for what you want. This creates an internal struggle, which manifests externally as desperate actions and thoughts. To avoid desperation, you must cultivate a deep sense of self-love and worthiness. You must know that you are deserving of all that you desire simply because you exist, not because of what you do or how hard you work for it. When you feel worthy, you stop chasing after things, because you know they are naturally drawn to you. Another way to avoid desperation is to trust in the process of manifestation. Desperation arises when you doubt that your desires will ever come to fruition. But when you understand that manifestation is a natural law, and that your thoughts and feelings are constantly shaping your reality, you can relax into the certainty that what you want is already on its way. This trust allows you to release the need to control every detail and to surrender to the flow of life. You become a co-creator with the universe, rather than trying to force things into existence through sheer willpower. Living in a state of trust and surrender is the antidote to desperation. It allows you to align with the energy of ease and flow, knowing that your desires are already yours and will appear in the perfect way at the perfect time. When you avoid desperation, you step into your power as a deliberate creator of your reality. You no longer operate from a place of fear or lack, but from a place of knowing and abundance. This shift in energy not only accelerates the manifestation process, but also allows you to enjoy the journey, rather than being consumed by the need to reach the destination. Trusting the process is an essential aspect of manifesting your desires. It requires an understanding that everything is unfolding in its perfect time, even when you can't see the full picture. When you trust the process, you release the need for control and allow the natural flow of life to bring you what you desire in the best possible way. This trust isn't passive, it's an active form of surrender that aligns you with the flow of the universe, knowing that your role is to focus on your inner state while the outer reality arranges itself. The tendency to control every aspect of the manifestation process often stems from fear and impatience. You may feel that if you don't intervene or push things forward, your desires won't come to fruition. But this need for control is based on a belief that things might not work out in your favor. It's rooted in a lack of trust in the universe's ability to deliver what you want. However, manifesting isn't about forcing outcomes or micromanaging every step of the journey. It's about aligning yourself with the energy of what you want and trusting that the universe will bring it to you in the most appropriate way. When you trust the process, you understand that timing plays a critical role in manifestation. Often we want things to happen on our own timeline, but the universe operates with a wisdom beyond our immediate understanding. Sometimes there are unseen factors or conditions that need to be in place before your desire can manifest fully. This is why it's so important to release your attachment to specific deadlines. Trusting the process means knowing that everything is happening for your highest good, even if the results don't appear immediately. The universe may be preparing something even better than you imagined, and this requires patience and faith. A major part of trusting the process is developing a sense of inner peace and certainty, regardless of the external circumstances. It's easy to feel confident when everything is going according to plan, but real trust is developed when you can maintain a state of belief, even when there's no physical evidence that your desire is manifesting. This is where faith comes into play. Faith isn't blind optimism or wishful thinking, it's the inner knowing that your desires are already on their way to you, even if you can't yet see them. It's the understanding that the universe is always working behind the scenes, orchestrating events and circumstances in ways that you may not fully comprehend. Doubt can often creep in when things don't seem to be moving as quickly as you'd like. This doubt can cause you to question whether manifestation even works, or whether your desires are really meant for you. However, when you truly trust the process, you don't waver in your belief. You know that even if there are delays or obstacles, they are simply part of the journey. Every setback or challenge is an opportunity for growth, learning, or redirection. Trusting the process means viewing these moments as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Another important aspect of trusting the process is letting go of the need to know how your desires will manifest. The human mind often wants to figure out the exact path or strategy that will lead to the desired outcome. But manifestation operates on a level that goes beyond logic and linear thinking. The universe has infinite ways of bringing your desires to you, and it's not your job to figure out every detail. When you trust the process, you release the need to control the how, and instead focus on aligning your energy with the end result. The more you trust, the more room you give the universe to work its magic in ways you might not have anticipated. Part of trusting the process is also recognizing that the journey toward your desire is just as important as the manifestation itself. Often, the process of becoming the person who is aligned with what you want is where the real transformation occurs. Manifestation isn't just about getting something external. It's about evolving internally to match the vibration of what you desire. This journey may involve challenges, self-discovery, and moments of doubt, but each of these experiences is essential to your growth. Trusting the process means embracing the journey, knowing that every step is bringing you closer to what you want. Trusting the process also requires a deep sense of self-awareness and emotional regulation. Manifestation is a reflection of your inner state, so it's important to maintain a sense of emotional balance. When you're trusting the process, you're not swayed by every external event or circumstance. You remain grounded in the belief that everything is unfolding as it should. Even if things appear to be going wrong on the surface, you understand that this is part of the larger picture. This emotional stability is what keeps you aligned with your desires, allowing the process to unfold without unnecessary resistance or fear. One way to cultivate trust in the process is through gratitude. When you focus on what you are grateful for in the present moment, you shift your energy away from lack and toward abundance. Gratitude helps you to appreciate the journey and recognize that even though your desire may not have manifested yet, there is so much to be thankful for along the way. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already present, and this shift in energy helps to accelerate the manifestation process. By trusting that the universe is always supporting you, even in ways you can't see, you naturally foster a sense of peace and contentment. Ultimately, trusting the process is about releasing resistance. Resistance comes in many forms: doubt, fear, impatience, or the need for control. When you release these lower vibrations, you allow the universe to deliver your desires with ease. Trust creates space for miracles to occur, while resistance only slows things down. The more you trust, the more you allow yourself to be in harmony with the flow of life. And in this state of harmony, manifestation happens effortlessly. Trusting the process is an ongoing practice. It's not something you do once and then forget about. It's a mindset, a way of being that you must cultivate daily. Every time doubt or fear arises, it's an opportunity to reaffirm your trust in the universe. Every challenge is an invitation to deepen your faith, and every step along the way is part of the unfolding of your desires. The more you trust the process, the more aligned you become with the energy of your desires, and the easier it becomes for them to manifest in your reality. Persistence in belief is a fundamental component of successful manifestation. It is the unwavering commitment to holding on to the conviction that your desires are already on their way to you, regardless of external circumstances. This persistence in belief involves maintaining a steady, focused mindset and a positive outlook, even when faced with challenges, doubts, or delays. It's about continuously nurturing the inner certainty that what you seek is already yours, and that the universe is aligning everything to bring it to you in due time. At its core, persistence in belief is a reflection of your faith in the process of manifestation. It requires you to consistently affirm that your desires are achievable and that you are deserving of them. This persistence is not about forcing outcomes or resisting the natural flow of life. Rather, it's about maintaining a firm and steady conviction that the universe is working on your behalf. This belief acts as a guiding force, helping you to stay aligned with your goals and navigate through any obstacles that may arise. One of the key aspects of persistence in belief is the ability to maintain focus on your desired outcome, despite any apparent evidence to the contrary. It's common to encounter situations where things don't seem to be progressing as expected, or where external factors appear to contradict your desires. During these times, it's crucial to hold steadfast to your belief, resisting the temptation to doubt or give up. This persistence in belief helps you to stay on course and continue aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your goals. Persistent belief involves actively cultivating a positive mental state. Your thoughts and emotions have a powerful impact on your manifestation process. If you allow negative or limiting thoughts to dominate your mindset, you can inadvertently create resistance and delay the arrival of your desires. On the other hand, by consistently fostering a positive and optimistic outlook, you reinforce your belief in the possibility of achieving your goals. This positive energy helps to attract the right opportunities, people, and circumstances into your life, supporting the realization of your desires. Another important aspect of persistence in belief is resilience in the face of challenges. Manifestation is not always a smooth journey, and there may be times when you encounter setbacks or difficulties. These challenges are not signs that your desires are unattainable. Rather, they are opportunities for growth and learning. Persistence in belief means staying committed to your goals, even when things get tough. It involves using obstacles as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, and maintaining your conviction that your desires are still within reach. Building and sustaining persistence in belief also requires a deep sense of self-trust. It's essential to trust in your own ability to create and attract what you desire. This self-trust comes from knowing that you have the power to shape your reality through your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. When you trust in yourself and your own capabilities, you are less likely to be swayed by external circumstances or doubts. This inner trust strengthens your persistence in belief and helps you to remain focused and determined. Visualization is a powerful tool for supporting persistence in belief. By regularly visualizing your desired outcome as already achieved, you reinforce your belief in its manifestation. Visualization helps to create a vivid mental image of your goals, which in turn enhances your emotional connection to them. The more real and tangible your desires feel in your mind, the stronger your belief will be in their eventual manifestation. This emotional connection fuels your persistence and keeps you motivated to continue working towards your goals. Affirmations are another effective way to support persistence in belief. Repeating positive affirmations that align with your desires helps to reprogram your subconscious mind and strengthen your belief in the possibility of achieving your goals. Affirmations serve as a constant reminder of your intentions and keep your focus on the positive outcomes you are working towards. By consistently affirming your beliefs, you build a solid foundation of confidence and commitment. It's also important to surround yourself with positive influences and supportive people who reinforce your belief in your goals. Being in the company of individuals who share your vision or who uplift and encourage you can help to strengthen your persistence in belief. Conversely, negative or unsupportive influences can undermine your confidence and create doubts. Choose to engage with people who inspire and motivate you, and who believe in the possibility of your success. Persistence in belief also involves staying open to new possibilities and being adaptable in your approach. While it's important to remain focused on your desired outcome, it's equally important to be flexible and open to alternative paths and opportunities that may arise. Sometimes the universe may deliver your desires in unexpected ways or through unconventional routes. By staying open and adaptable, you allow yourself to receive your desires in the most effective and fulfilling way. Ultimately, persistence in belief is about maintaining a steadfast commitment to your dreams and goals, regardless of the challenges or delays you may encounter. It's about continuously nurturing a positive and confident mindset and trusting in the process of manifestation. By consistently aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your desires, you create a powerful energy that propels you towards your goals. This unwavering belief acts as a magnet, attracting the right opportunities, people, and circumstances into your life, and ensuring that your desires manifest in their perfect form and timing. In conclusion, embracing the power of persistence in belief is the key to unlocking your deepest desires and manifesting the life you envision. It is the unwavering faith that what you seek is already on its way to you, despite any external evidence that may suggest otherwise. By consistently nurturing your belief and aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goals, you create a powerful vibration that attracts your desires to you. Persistence in belief means maintaining a steady, positive mindset, even in the face of challenges or delays. It involves trusting the process, letting go of control, and remaining confident that the universe is working in your favor. This belief acts as a guiding force, helping you to stay focused, resilient, and open to the possibilities that life offers. Through visualization, affirmations, and surrounding yourself with positive influences, you reinforce your conviction and strengthen your connection to your desires. By embracing ease and flow, avoiding desperation, and trusting the timing of your manifestations, you create a harmonious alignment with your goals. The journey of manifestation is not just about achieving a specific outcome, but also about growing and evolving along the way. Remember that persistence in belief is not a passive waiting game, but an active practice of maintaining faith and alignment with your desires. It's about holding steadfast to your vision, embracing the process, and allowing yourself to receive in the most fulfilling way. Your unwavering belief is the magnet that attracts your dreams into your reality. So continue to hold your vision with confidence, trust in the process, and embrace the journey. Your desires are already on their way to you, and with persistence in belief, you will manifest them into your life with grace and ease. The universe is always working in your favor, and as long as you remain aligned with your desires, the manifestation you seek is not just possible, it is inevitable.